Imagine a bustling port city, teeming with life, ships, and commerce, only for it to vanish, leaving behind forgotten docks and empty warehouses. What if I told you America is riddled with these phantom maritime hubs, once vibrant but now eerily silent? Today, we're uncovering the astonishing stories behind America's ghost ports. How do massive, once thriving ports simply vanish? These forgotten shores were once the lifeblood of the nation, crucial arteries of trade and industry. We're setting sail on a journey to explore the powerful economic and historical forces that turn bustling harbors into silent relics. Let's turn back the clock. In their prime, these ports were roaring economic engines. Places like Port Blakely in Washington were giants of the timber industry, shipping lumber across the globe. New Bedford, Massachusetts, was the whaling capital of the world. These weren't just docks. They were the heartbeats of entire communities, their fortunes rising and falling with the tide of industry. But even then, the first cracks were appearing as new technologies and shifting trade routes began to emerge on the horizon. Then came the winds of change, a perfect storm that led from boom to bust. The biggest game changer, containerization. Suddenly, the old breakbulk ports, with their armies of longshoremen, were obsolete. Standardized containers demanded massive new cranes and deeper channels, leaving older, smaller ports in the dust. Railroad expansion also rerouted trade inland, bypassing coastal towns that once held a monopoly on transport. Looking at historical photos, you see docks swarming with people and cargo. Now, those same spots are scenes of quiet decay. We hear stories from old-timers who watched as the ships stopped coming and the jobs, and then the people, disappeared one by one. The legacy of these ghost ports is complex. On one hand, they left behind environmental scars, industrial pollutants that seeped into the soil and water, altering local ecosystems. The social cost was immense, with widespread job loss leading to community displacement in what many call a Rust Belt mentality setting in long before the term became famous. But nature has a way of reclaiming what's left behind. In some of these silent sentinels, unique ecosystems have begun to thrive, with wildlife returning to the crumbling piers and rusting steel, writing a new, unexpected chapter in the story of America's forgotten shores. Thanks for joining us on this exploration. If you found this journey as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into hidden history. See you next time.